Hello everyone, my name is Shadi. I'm the founder and CEO of QualifiedCrew. Today, I'm going to run you QualifiedCrew to show you the advantage and how we can use QualifiedCrew more efficiently to improve your hiring requirements. First of all, we're going to start with a sign up. For example, if you are a new user, I highly recommend to set up your account using your LinkedIn account to have the advantage of integration, which we're going to present today during the demo. So in my case, I will go to here and then I will set up using LinkedIn or sign in using LinkedIn. So here where we are, what we do see is the dashboard. We have launched our platform to address the critical gap in hiring. Many companies still aren't using ATS or job portal due to high cost, complex setup, operational challenges, especially for the mass hiring. That's why we built a cloud-based job portal that integrates job posting, AI screening, candidate management, interview scheduling, and database management into one seamless platform. We are redefining mass hiring, making it faster, more cost-efficient, and higher quality. This is a new era of recruitment where you're gonna save time, reduce cost, and improve your hiring quality. Why to choose a QualifiedCrew? First of all, we do have affordable prices, easy to set up and easy to operate the portal, centralized data management where you're going to have all the requirements integrated into one place, and it's end-to-end automation. So let's say goodbye to the hiring headache to manage everything from one smart platform. Ready to see how a QualifiedCrew can transform your recruitment process? So let's dive into the demo. First of all, what we do see here is just the dashboard. From the dashboard, you will be able, for example, to see the community. This is where they do ask a question, more specifically the candidates. From your side as a company, the first thing to do is just to set up your company account. It's very important. A first step, you can do it one time, but we are giving you the options, for example, to set up multiple company accounts based on your needs. For example, if you are a company working in different location or you are managing the requirement for multiple companies, so you have that feature to add as much as company as you want. And then, for example, from here, you're going to make a new company and then you can continue. For my case, from here, new, then you put the details of your company along with the logo. This is a very important. And then you're gonna find your company listed down here on this list, and for each company account you will be able to, for example, add the team for this company account, the user who could use the platform with you, who could see the result or working with you at the same time. Next, after setting up the company account, you have the ability to see the projects. Because under each company account, you can open multiple projects if you are working in construction or facility management, or if you are recruiters, by the way, and you have multiple campaigns. So we call it a project. So the project might be a physical project that you do have for each company account, or that might be a recruitment campaign, for example. You can call the project where you're going to have a set of jobs below that. This features could support, or more specifically to support the recruitment agency. They can manage their client and their projects for their client. And as we see here, for example, it's the same case. If you are HR for one company, then you're gonna set up first one company account, then one project, and that's it. Then you can list as much as job you want. Or for example, you have a department. You're gonna call the projects department. If you have, for example, HR engineering, and you would like to categorize the data based on, I can say, a second layer under the company account, you can set up multiple departments. Next, we go to the job management. On the job management, as we can see, we have jobs in new job browser. Next, let's start with for example, posting a new job. It's the first element, as we see. All the previous steps are you're gonna do it just for one time as the setup of your account or your job portal, but now you came to posting the job. As you can see here, we start here as a standard job. You have to put the detailed job description. You have to connect the project to, for example, the job to a project. And after you connect the job to the project, you have to fill all these details. For example, you could add the salary range if you would like to do that. And here you can write the job requirement, responsibility, qualifications. It's up to you. You can write everything here, or you can divide these into components. Now we came to a very important topic, which is screening questions. As we know, on the master sector, we do receive hundreds of CVs and a lot of CVs, and sometimes we need such kind of a screening. So we have built our screening question to be very effective. So as you can see, for example, you can select the question that you want. For example, I can say, for example, do you have iqama, or let's say visa, whatever it is, or where you are. And the question, I'm gonna select yes, no. So I will just make yes as the right answer, and then this is like a remark. Is this is screening questions? What does that mean? If we pull it in, which means if the answer put the wrong, and if the candidate select the wrong answer, then he gonna be disqualified. If, for example, you want to have the questions just to see the answer, but it's not something you would like the system automatically to disqualified candidate, then you can keep it off. That's it. You can see the answer, but then without having the system automatically disqualified candidate. For example, let's say save, and we have the first question, then we can add the next question. For example, in my case, I want to ask them a question about question type is text. So I want to ask him, what is your salary, for example, or what is your notice period, whatever it is. This question couldn't be, I can say, screening a question, because this is a general answer. So our AI model couldn't know exactly the right answer. So, but here you're going to write a standard, for example, you give that candidate to answer. We have another, for example, question type in numeric. For example, you can ask, what is your salary? And here, let's say, what is your current salary? Oh, sorry, this is a question type. So we can say numeric, and then the question gonna be, what's your current salary? And here we can put the range. For example, I'm expecting the range, if it's in SAR, let's say 10,000 till 20,000. That is the salary range, which I need the candidate within this, I can say, within this range. I'm looking for the candidate who has salary with this range, or what's your expected salary. Then I'm putting a range where if I can keep it as a general information to see as a recruiter, or I can just make it a screening question where the candidate will be disqualified if they are not within the parameter. Next, we are posting the job. After we posting the job, the process starts. As we see here from job management, we're gonna see the candidates who have applied already toward the job. For example, so you can imagine, for example, this is a client, it's account for a team. If they are using email, we are seeing now thousands of CVs, and you know how complicated to manage all these CVs on daily basis. And as a recruiter, you understand these challenges more specifically on the mass recruitment sector. So let's just select one of these job posts. As you can see, after we post the job, it will come here. So what does that mean? For example, from here, you will be able to take the link, for example. So you can send the link to your team or your colleagues so they can share it instead of receiving CVs over WhatsApp or email. From here, for example, we can the applicant who have applied to the job, for example. As you can see, the system will give a score based on the scoring mechanism on the job post. So while we are putting the job post, if you remember, we have a screening mechanism. So let's go back to show it in detail. So job new. So when we were here below the screening question, we have here, it's something that a unique feature where you will be able to ask the AI how you give a score. This is a very important element. It seems not just an ATS or AI giving you this is the score. No. Now you have the ability to decide. For example, I want to give experience a score. this amount or score, the skill, this score, certification, this score, education, this score, language, this score, and location, this score. Based on that, you will decide how the AI model will screen the CVs. And based on your specific requirement, this is our recommendation. But of course, based on, as long as you are using the platform, then you can keep changing these parameters based on your needs. And here's some of just a quick question before posting the job, like, is this project is private, is company is private? For example, is job is ready to be proceed, always is yes. But for example, if you want to switch it off, you can anytime. If, for example, you think this is the deadline is enough. Is the resume is required, highly recommended, is yes. And for example, is video is required? This is a feature. We do understand some sector, they need video CVs where they ask the candidate to answer questions or to introduce themselves. We have it as option. You can turn it on, and then the candidate must upload their CV along with the video, and then share the job with all team members. This is the feature we're going to discuss later. Let's come back here as we discuss to the jobs, because now we consider we post the job, and after the job is live, then of course we have shared the link with our colleagues, for example, or we can write a post on LinkedIn about the job post. Guys, we have this requirement, recommend, or for example, if you have a colleagues who want to suggest the job, they can send now the link instead of sending email or WhatsApp number. So how the process after posting the job, how the process gonna be continue? You can take the job from the link, what it was from the previous page, or from here, for example. After we take the link from here, we have multiple options. First option, you can just within one click, you can take the job to LinkedIn, because you have signed up using LinkedIn, and this is a free feature. Like, you don't need to pay anything. Instead of writing on LinkedIn, we are hiring this requirement, putting your CV and start receiving hundreds of CV. Now you have the feature just without anything, just one click, and then you're gonna find the job on LinkedIn. So if we go to the LinkedIn here, for example, if I go to my account, then I will see the job is already posted on LinkedIn like this, on that format, which means the people will go to the link directly to apply their CV. And another options, for example, if you want to post the job on LinkedIn, and then while you are posting the job on LinkedIn, instead of putting, for example, easy apply, and you know that 1,000 of people apply their CVs, and you are losing this data, you couldn't use it, you just see a CVs. While, for example, you could put the job link here, and for example, let's do it together, share, copy link, and then we can put the job post, for example, here, the link here, and the candidate will apply through your job portal, your company job portal, and that will come up with multiple features or multiple value, which we're gonna discuss now. So, for example, you're gonna see the candidate's account here, their applications, for example. You just click anywhere, then you're gonna see how AI is screening the profiles and doing the analysis. A very important thing that when the candidates go to apply to the job, they don't have to do anything, to fill anything, because as you know, as long as we have multiple questions that similar to the ATS, that will put barriers where the candidate number of gonna be reduced, because it's a very complicated, taking time. But our process is just the candidate, what they do have to do is just sign up, and then one click, sign up, one click, upload their CV. And the AI, our AI model, will capture all the data from the CV, make the screening between the job requirement, and then giving the score based on the scoring criteria. For example, we see here the candidate required is number of year experience, the user level. So he's getting the full score of this point. For example, the skills, what are the required skills, for example. And all of these gonna be, our AI model alone will do all of that. For example, certification, if it's required, CMA, CPA, or a BMB, if he is an engineer, the language, by the way, the location, if he is in Saudi and you are looking for Saudi candidate, our AI model is trained to look at the CV and knows exactly where is the candidate from his phone number, from multiple elements. So the AI model will advise where the candidate is and give the score. Language score, one of the core features of our AI model, that if the candidate apply their CV in a different language, for example, Arabic language or Urdu, and the job description in English, still our AI model will make the comparison, will translate the CV and make the comparison and giving a score. This is a difference between the traditional ATS where they are looking only for keywords. And from here, for example, if there's a screening question, you could see the question, the answers, for example, the candidate, if you ask them for their salaries or their, for example, notice period. Moving to resume, from here you're gonna see the resume and then a video CV if that was required. For example, we have just screened the CV. We see the details. For example, you have filters, by the way. If you wanna make some filters, that is an option as well. For example, there are multiple details for the filters. This is based on your needs. For example, maybe the location, the salary range, the skill range, personal details filter. For example, you can look at, for example, specific nationalities, desired work location, applicant address. So these are filters in addition to the standard AI assessment. And after you look at the CVs, for example, instead of taking hours of looking to the CVs or to think about, have I reviewed this account or not? As you see here, you have a new, as long as you haven't clicked on the file, you have a clue similar to the emails where you know this is the candidate haven't been reviewed yet. And then based on that, we're gonna select the candidate who do think they might be on the process, for example, to take them into the next step. After we add the candidates, all the selected candidate will come to the board. As we see here from the board, the candidate as first step they're gonna be added to the screening step. The screening phase, for example, you could, for example, here have a phone call with them or sending them a messages asking them for details. We're gonna now show how you could do just one click. You're gonna have two elements. First of all, to see his account, because the candidate, our AI model will capture the data, saving it in the candidate account. So you can just go through his CV, for example, if you would like to have his phone number, if you would like to call him, or for example, you can go here. Here you have such kind of a sticky note, because I used to do that, to put sticky note on the top of the CVs. So now we don't need to do that. You can, for example, have comments. You can have comments here, for example, you can write as much comment as you want, for example, the salary range, availability, whatever you want. By the way, you could also send him a direct message through QualifiedCrew from here, and he will receive it on his email. Like you have received an email, a message from QualifiedCrew, and then he could reply to you, instead of, sometimes if a recruiter, you are calling 10 person and then come back to you and you don't know this one was for which job. And here, this is more organized way to communicate with the candidate, more specifically for the mass hearing. So from here, you can keep your comments. For example, you can assign a task, for example, for a team, your team member to do X, Y, Z. You can keep comments, for example. You can just mention your team. You can ask them to do whatever they have to do if that is needed. And you can schedule an interview using the QualifiedCrew. That will eliminate the need for emails and Zoom as well, because now you have more organized way to schedule an interview. And for example, if you have picked to be online, which means you don't need to get a Zoom link or Microsoft. This is going to be totally through QualifiedCrew. We have our own interview platform, which is integrated with the Your Job portal. So all what you have to do, just switch it on and off. For example, if it's online, the system automatically will, and then you pick the time. Let us say you have picked the time, whatever it is, from here to here, and then, which means the system will automatically send the invite to the candidate based on the date and time with a link. If it's face to face, then it's different. There is no link. You have to put the time, of course, and then you have to put the address. And for example, communication detail, when you reach 50th floor, call this, YZ, and then that's it. You will submit, and you will just come here and you will just make submit, and that's it. You will proceed, create meeting. After you create the meeting, you will be you're gonna receive a reminder 30 minutes before the interview from Qualified Crew that you have an interview, and as long as the candidate, you will receive a reminder that you have interview after 30 minutes. When you receive the link, then you're gonna conduct the interview using Qualified Crew, and that's where we're gonna come right now. Interviews. You're gonna have your list of interviews, and as you see, the bar because you have ability to add team. This is the next feature which we are going to discuss. Not just you and the team which you have added. All of them they're gonna receive a meeting invite for the interview. That makes things very easy for you instead of for each job looking who are the candidates. So building the data in the right way, putting the project team specifically who gonna be on the process, and then the system automatically will send to all of them a meeting invite to remind all of them one time. And then you're gonna have the interview to be conducted through Qualified Crew, which means no need, as I just mentioned, no need for Zoom or Microsoft Team, whatever the tool you are using. So next, when you finish the interview, we have an option for the interview to be recorded, but this is feature to be added after you confirm with the candidate that he is. It seems he is approved that the interview gonna be recorded, but you could record the interview and keep it on Qualified Crew portal for a certain time. Where, for example, if you would like to discuss the CV with your client or with your manager, CEO, so you're gonna have these features. They don't need to do another interview where they can go through the recorded interview without having complication. Next is the feature which is called team. You will be able to add the team. For example, from here, you will add a team and you will invite the user first. After they accept and set up an account, next you go to the project. For example, the company account, you go to the company. And then from here, you will add the team for this company. And then they're going to have access, for example. From here, simple like this, you're going to select who is the candidate, and then based on that, you will give him the authority. After we finishing up the team feature, there is another important feature, which is a talent pool. As we can see, the data is very important. For example, you have 100 persons who have applied. They have applied for the job. And usually we are losing this data, or sorting or trying to save them in a Google Drive or Excel sheet. Now you have the ability the system will automatically save the data here on that talent pool, which means under each company account, all the candidates that they have applied, you have all the data stored. You can go again to see the data and based on multiple ways. For example, here if we came to the advanced, then you will have, for example, to look for under which company account, because as we discussed that you have a multiple company account, but highly recommended that to focus. For example, if you are working for HR and you don't need that feature, don't use it, because much better to have all the candidates on one page. If to have the talent pool, for example, all these data saved into one page. For example, we have discussed here, you have a Qualified Crew, and then you can select for a specific job. You want to see all the candidates, for example, maybe after one year or 1 month, whatever. You have also access from here, in addition from the job, to go back and check the candidate profile, to communicate with them again, or to open up channels again. Also, for example, from here, you're going to have another feature for experience. Based on the experience, you could filter all the data that you have, or as per address. For example, I'm looking for a mechanical engineer who are, for example, you can write a keyword, like whatever you want. And on the keywords, it's like a search. You can do the search as much as you want, and you can put or and add. For example, I'm looking for a PMP certificate for all the candidates. Just put it like this, and then PMP. And the system will automatically look into EMP. And you can use post logic or and, which means now you know from 100 CV that you have received, who of them they do have that BMP certificate or the required certificate. For example, also you can check for the nationality if that is needed, the current country where these candidates are. After checking the talent pool, this is a very important feature. Like there is a two direction for the candidate to get their CV into the company talent pool. The first is the job application. Anyone who has submitted his CV to a job, by default, the system will automatically grab his CV and put it into your talent pool, on your database. And the second thing is called company page. On company page, you're gonna have such kind of feature. We say you will be able to create your company job portal, which we're gonna present now. And anyone, instead of sending the people who do send their CVs to HR email or recruitment email, and of course, as a recruiter, you receive a lot of these emails and very hard or complicated to manage this email. Even if you have a Google link, I do understand the Google Drive link or the Google Form Excel sheet. No, now we are also replacing that by something called company application, which we're gonna present right now. So now we are discussing how the candidate will see the company account and how you can eliminate the CVs through email. For example, if the candidate, he wants to apply, he came to your company account, for example. He just clicked here, for example, and for example, this is how he sees your company account. He's gonna see the jobs, and this is the aim goal of this is just we are replacing the traditional ATS. So you have now a cloud-based, easy to use, and here the candidate gonna see all the jobs, and here apply with CV. If the candidate uploads his CV here, that's it, and the AI model will capture the data from his CV and add the data to your add the data to your talent pool database, which means from here they will just set up an account and then they can go through uploading their CV. That's it, as easy as this. And there is a QR code which you could add to your company account. From the QR code, if you are, for example, if the candidate have uploaded their CV, or for example, you can put that link or the QR code on your email, on your website, company website, which means the candidate will upload their CV directly to your talent pool without a specific job opening, for example. Maybe this is for the future. As we know, most companies, they're being attracted by the candidate who know that they fit within this company. This is why they upload their CVs. And these CV are, of course, very important data for HR. And that's gonna improve even the candidate description or the quality of the candidate who apply, because these candidates, they have already uploaded their CV. The system will automatically send them a notification. The company which you have uploaded your CV, they have opened up a new company account. So feel free to upload your CV or apply for the job, or even as a HR, if you would like just quickly to go through available data, and then you can contact with them or adding them to any job post. After we finish up the talent pool, now we discuss about the prices. As I said, the QualifiedCrew is unique, easy to use, and free cost. So from here, as a free plan, you will be able to create, for example, you will be able to set up your company job portal within just 2 minutes, because all you have to do, even for example, if you're gonna post just one job post per month, you are a freelancer, or your company, they don't have such kind of a high demand or high requirement monthly, so you're gonna be able to use the QualifiedCrew for free. You could be able to post a job on the QualifiedCrew, getting the link, and for example, post it wherever you want, and then based on that, you're gonna even have such kind to conduct interview through QualifiedCrew and using all the features. And as we can see, the features gonna be integrated. And for example, moving into that, for example, the business plan, I can say this plan, and this one is more into freelancers who would like to have such kind of database for their job to be more organized instead of Excel sheet. And to have a job portal, even like a freelancer, you could just establish your job portal, and you could start working on more organized way. And these two accounts are the accounts for companies. For example, they have almost 100 job posts monthly. For example, integrated video interviews, applicant tracking system, all these features into one place. Additionally, there's a 50% discount if you are paying as a one payment on spot. You could get this discount on spot. And as you can see, you can always reach out to our team through WhatsApp for example, for any support. From here, for example, this top bar, from here you can create a job or company or whatever. You could see the messages. For example, you could have, you can see the notification instead of receiving this notification on email. And also from the setting, you can look, for example, for notification setting. If you would like to make a mute for notification or receiving notification from Qualified Crew on your email, on the portal, you can just switch it off. That's all. Hope we can, of course, covering your needs, changing your recruitment routine, and making a very efficient mass hiring. Thanks, everyone.